Hi, this is attorney Nicole Christie from the Christie Law Firm, and this is our fourth and final installment regarding DCF substantiation hearings. In our prior videos, we talked about the process itself, how it starts, how to prepare, what to expect out of a substantiation hearing. And then this last video, I just want to talk to you briefly about your chances of getting the decision reversed. And so if someone were to ask me, is it possible to get my substantiation that's held against me reversed? I would say yes. But again, as an attorney, I have to tell you, it all depends. And so in general, when DCF does a review, they're going to look at the facts of the case. It's always about the facts of the case, and each case is different. But one of the things that I did was to go on DCF's website, and we'll leave a link in the description below. They actually have decisions up and through December 2019 of all of their hearings, and it goes back several years. And they break it down by category. It could be medical neglect, educational neglect, and then different categories very, very specific to the types of cases. And so you want to look at those decisions. You want to try to find a category closest to your case and see what kinds of cases have come before the substantiation unit and see how they decided those matters. Now, I say in many cases, it really just comes down to how they might look at the facts. And some cases are, really on the fence. It could be a misunderstanding of how DCF understood what was being told to them. It could be that an investigation wasn't thoroughly done. It could be that they just made a rash decision. And so for many cases, it's 50-50. It could be that they, rule in your favor, and it could be that they don't. The only instance that I saw in reviewing the substantiation hearings that I saw consistently that DCF upheld the decision is in sexual abuse. And so in those categories, a child has made an allegation against someone that person sexually abused them in some way. It could have been touching or even worse than that. And perhaps there was a forensic evaluation where they, again, made the statement, or they could have told other people, a teacher, a counselor. And oftentimes the substantiation hearing will find and uphold that particular decision. The hearing officer, they can just rely on the facts. And, for me, I will typically believe a child. I will believe if a 5-year-old has these details, that's just not something a 5-year-old should know. I'm going to believe a 5-year-old, and most people would. So it's important to know that if it has anything to do with sexual abuse, the chances of getting that reversed is lower than any other type of category. But overall, it all depends on what's going on in the case. And so you can do some of your research in preparation for the hearing and just looking at whether or not there was a decision like yours or the facts similar. And it'll give you a sense of hope in knowing that if something similar to your case has been reversed, maybe they'll make that same finding. And so my key takeaways from this is if you have a substantiation against you, it's just worth going forward with a substantiation hearing because you just don't know what the hearing officer might decide. And my theory is you will not be worse off for going forward. You might spend some money in terms of hiring an attorney. You might put out effort that you might not otherwise have. But if the end result is that your name is cleared, it's absolutely worth it. So just in understanding all of this, know that whatever DCF says about you doesn't have to be the final word, and you can use the substantiation process to be able to clear your name. So if you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel, like this particular video, and leave us comments and questions that you might have about DCF. I'm a former DCF worker. I worked for them for 11 years. I was a social worker doing treatment. I did investigations, and I also did administrative case reviews as a supervisor. And so I do have an intimate knowledge of DCF. It's not impossible to deal with them. It's not always easy, but you can be successful in dealing with DCF. So if you need any help, please don't hesitate to call our office. Our number is 860-461-7494. Again, 860-461-7494. Don't hesitate to call. Take care.